Bienvenidos y bienvenidas. Mi nombre es Sandra Schiemann y junto a mi colega Carlos Aedo de la Oficina de Espiritualidad Ignaciana de los Jesuitas de la Costa Este, les damos las gracias por unirse a las Posadas 2021 organizadas por la Red de Solidaridad Ignaciana y la iniciativa Quino para la Frontera. Durante estos 9 días los invitamos a que nos acompañen a orar, reflexionar y cantar. Además, podremos escuchar algunos testimonios personales.
La celebración de las posadas es una tradición en México y otras muchas partes de Latinoamérica. Se celebran 9 días antes de Navidad, del 16 al 24 de diciembre. Cada uno de los 9 días representa un valor: humildad, fortaleza, desapego, caridad, confianza, justicia, pureza, alegría y generosidad.
Tradicionalmente en México, niños y adultos salen a las calles a realizar el peregrinaje, que consiste en visitar 3 casas hasta que en la última les dan posada y lo celebran juntos.
A continuación, nuestro amigo Francisco nos va a explicar su significado y nos enseñará los cantos y cómo comienzan las posadas de casa en casa.
Good evening. Francisco Herrera here from Caminante Cultural Work, Caminante Cultural Foundation. Greetings from my wife Cristina, our executive director, myself, and also as your artist in residency with the Ignatian Solidarity Network. Greetings to all the team members over there. So I say good evening because we're going to sing with you the Posadas, the asking for shelter, a tradition we've done throughout Mexico for literally centuries. And it's a reenactment of the coming of Jesus in the womb of Mary, looking for shelter to be born. And it's a story of 3 strikes and you're in. First, a group of folks coming to the first home. People inside say, no, you might be a thief. I can't let you in. Get out of here. All right, go to the second house and same. I'm coming with we're tired. Please have pity on us and say, no, if you don't leave me alone, I'm gonna get out with a stick and beat you up and get out of here. Finally, in the third house, they said, I'm Joseph. This is Mary, my wife, the mother of God. Oh, is that you, Joseph? Is that you, Mary? The open hearts, open home, and then we celebrate singing that we have been honored to have the birth of Jesus in this home. Throughout the years, it's taken many forms. Myself have with my good friend Rosa Marta Zarata, we have a very satirical version of it in touching on today's immigration situation. But there's been many, many forms of doing las posadas. This is a very traditional one that I'll do with you guys tonight. So remember, there's 2 groups. It's a song and response. En nombre del cielo, os pido posada, pues no puede andar mi esposa amada. Then the folks comfortably inside reject the family. Aquí no es mesón, sigan adelante, yo no puedo abrir, no sea algún tunante. We go to the next place with the humble family showing up to the next house. No seas inhumano, tenos caridad, que el Dios de los cielos te lo premiará. Ya se pueden ir y estar, porque si me enfado, los voy a paliar. Venimos rendidos desde Nazaret. Yo soy carpintero de nombre José. No me importa el nombre, déjenme dormir, pues que ya les dije que no hemos de abrir. Posada te pido, amado casero, la por solo una noche, la reina del cielo. Ja, 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 ja. Pues si es una reina quien lo solicita, ¿cómo es que de noche anda tan solita? Mi esposa es María, es reina del cielo y madre va a ser del divino verbo. Yes, my wife is Maria, the Queen of Heaven. She's gonna be the mother of the divine word. And finally, the hearts opened and the community responds. Eres tú, José, tu esposa es María, entren peregrinos, no los conocía. And then we all sing together, jump into the house, have a great party with peanuts, oranges, fruits, and candies. Entren santos peregrinos, peregrinos, reciban este rincón. Aunque pobre la morada, se las doy de corazón. Cantemos con alegría, alegría, todos al considerar que Jesús, José y María nos vinieron hoy a honrar.
Cuando se ha terminado de cantar, comienza la convivencia o convivio en la que se comparten bebidas y comida. Después se procede a romper la piñata de 7 picos. Cada pico representa los 7 pecados capitales. Los dulces que están adentro, la gracia de Dios. La venda de los ojos es la fe y las personas alrededor, la iglesia como guía para vencer el pecado.
Pero lo más importante de la celebración de las posadas es la historia de la Sagrada Familia huyendo del peligro y buscando protección. En nuestras posadas aprenderemos sobre la realidad que los migrantes en la frontera de México y los Estados Unidos están viviendo. Al igual que la Sagrada Familia, veremos cómo ellos solo están pidiendo posada y protección.
Cada día recibiremos un correo electrónico con un video que mostrará la realidad que están viviendo los migrantes en la frontera, las leyes que les niegan posada y protección y cómo podemos actuar para poder ayudarles.
Ahora vamos a escuchar al padre Brian Strassburger desde la frontera en Brownsville, Texas, y su invitación a abrir nuestros corazones en este Adviento a quien necesite de protección y cuidado.
My name is Father Brian Strassburger, and I'm a Jesuit priest from the U.S. Central and Southern Province. I was ordained in June of 2021, and for my first mission as a Jesuit, I was sent to the Diocese of Brownsville, Texas, on the U.S. Mexico border. I can't shake the image of the little girl. Her eyes looking towards me, but unresponsive. No reaction to my waving hands or smiles. She just stared out blankly at me. I can't shake the image. Her name was Brianna. She was just a year old, from El Salvador, traveling with her parents and her older sister of 7 years. They had a very difficult story to share. They'd been kidnapped by cartels in northern Mexico, held in captivity for 6 days. Her family had to pull together $5,000 for them to be released. When I met them, they were visibly shaken, having just emerged from this situation. And they were trying to figure out their next steps to try to get across the U.S. to seek asylum. I met them in the plaza of Reynosa, Mexico, just across the bridge from our southern border. There are 2,000 to 3,000 migrants living in tents in this plaza, half the size of a soccer field. Why? Because there's quite literally no room at the inn. Local shelters in Reynosa are beyond capacity. They can't take any more migrants. And the U.S. border remains closed to most people seeking asylum. They can't come in. Father Louis Hotop and I make trips to the plaza in Reynosa twice a week to visit with the people and bring some basic supplies: tarps, hygiene products, blankets, warm clothing for nights. And we celebrate a mass under some of the tarps where there are benches and tables set up. It's always a powerful experience to join with the migrants in prayer, to recognize God's presence there in our midst. The plaza is filled with men, women, and children. In short, it's filled with holy families. Holy families who are in extremely dangerous and precarious situations. These families have left their home countries because of violence and poverty. They've set out in search of safety and security. The journey itself includes so many dangers, including the risk of getting assaulted, or robbed, or kidnapped and ransomed like Brianna and her family. Then they arrive at our southern border and can't get in to present their case for asylum. We need to restore protections for holy families. When Mary's pregnancy was near term, she and Joseph were searching for a place of safety and security for Jesus to be born. They were turned away at the end. They were looking for a posada, a place of rest. They ended up at a stable. I invite you to join the Ignatian family in this year's Posadas. The theme for this year is Restoring Protection for Holy Families. Each daily video will bring light to what asylum families go through. On his recent visit to refugees on the Greek island of Lesbos, Pope Francis reminded us it is an illusion to think that it is enough to keep ourselves safe, to defend ourselves from those in greater need who knock at our door. Holy families are knocking at our door, looking for safety and protection, looking for room in the inn. Join us for this year's Posadas. Create a space in your heart to hear the stories and experiences of asylum seekers. Listen to God's voice speaking to you, inviting you to take action, inviting you to open your heart and to open the door.